La conférence d'Afrique et Madagascar est présente dans 12 pays avec un total de 417 membres. De ceux-ci, 98 sont prophètes temporaires en formation, soit 24% du total des membres. D'une part, cela est un signe de fragilité structurelle de la conférence. D'autre part, l'âge moyen, 43,7 ans, et la répartition par âge de ses membres, près de 80% ont moins de 50 ans, fait de la Corem la plus jeune conférence dans la congrégation. Ceci est un signe de grande espérance pour l'avenir. Cependant, le soutien de toute la congrégation est encore nécessaire pour faire avancer la mission rédemptoriste dans le continent africain. Sur les 11 unités de la conférence, une seule est une province et 4 ont statut de vice-province, les autres sont des missions des régions. Ce cadre a un grand impact sur le cours de la vie et de la mission de la conférence, en particulier lorsque nous devons prendre des décisions sur des projets communs.
In its population, Africa is the youngest continent in the world, full of hope and life. But it is also the poorest continent with a generalized level of corruption, social and political instability, and where political leaders tend to remain in power forever. A continent seen from the outside mainly as a raw materials field to explore and exploit rampantly. This attitude has often brought wars as a consequence. The international official languages in the 12 countries where the Redemptorists work are 3: French, English, and Portuguese. But within each country, there is a great number of local languages. This makes collaboration difficult, not only across the borders, but also with the internal transfer of conference. Contrary to the common opinion, there is a great cultural diversity in Africa, which has its impact on the common projects of formation and mission of the conference. Travel costs and the hassle of visas make conference meetings very expensive and burdensome. In recent years, there has been a growth of fundamentalism, especially Islamic, which makes coexistence and interreligious dialogue a great challenge.
Since the last journal chapter, while the rest of the congregation has decreased in numbers, the conferences of Africa, Madagascar, and Asia experienced an increase. Africa has increased by approximately 10%. At the same time, there was a decrease in number of expatriate conference in the conference. Most of the leaders in the units are now local conference. In the present sexennium, the Vice Province of Afrique de l'Ouest was erected with the incorporation of the mission of Ivory Coast, previously under the Madrid Province, to the then Vice Province of Burkina Niger. Afrique de l'Ouest has started a process to become a province in the next few years. Some Redemptorist presences in the continent are being consolidated, like Mozambique, Kenya, and Ghana. In Mozambique, a second foundation was made, Tete Mission, a joint mission between Dublin, Ireland, and Fortaleza, Brazil. From the start, that mission has worked in close collaboration with Maputo Mavamba Mission under the province of Buenos Aires, and steps are being doing to make formally one only unit in Mozambique. Madagascar is in the process of becoming a vice province. According to the decisions of the last general chapter, a procurator for the Fund for Africa and Madagascar was appointed, and the fund is being built, although with great difficulty. A Redemptorist Solidarity Office for Africa and Madagascar was created, and a conference from Zimbabwe was recently been appointed to join the procurator at the Conference Resource Center that is being established in Nairobi, Kenya.
The apostolic priorities of Corem are integral evangelization of the poor, justice, peace, and integrity of creation, formation for mission, organizational restructuring for mission. Poverty remains pervasive in Africa, thus it's not difficult for the Redemptorists in their ministry to seek out and accompany the most abandoned, especially the poor. Most of our parishes are in urban poor districts and in rural areas in a context of vast distances and extreme poverty. Popular missions have been developed in several units in the past few years. Some missions were given through collaboration among units where possible. Example, South Africa and Zimbabwe, South Africa and Nigeria, Maputo and Tete in Mozambique. Interreligious dialogue is an ongoing challenge in some parts of Africa. The Vice Province of Afrique de l'Est has a tradition in this field, and a conference is doing a specialization on Arabic and Islamic studies in Rome. But this challenge requires a more focused and coordinated effort to face the growing fundamentalist atmosphere nowadays in the continent. The devotion to our Mother of Perpetual Help is growing in several units. A national shrine to our Mother of Perpetual Help was erected in Enugu, Nigeria. As a fruit of the recent jubilee, a diocesan shrine was erected in one rural Redemptorist parish in Angola. To respond to the generalized situation of poverty, almost all the units of the conference have social ministry programs with projects in areas like healthcare, water, care of vulnerable children, education, rural leadership and development, etc. Many of these projects are financed via the Solidarity Office for Africa and Madagascar. More and more, the units are learning to have the projects coordinated at a central level and are learning the necessary skills for better accountability and transparency. However, most of the new pastoral initiatives have remained at the local level. Finance, difficulties with travel, and old habits make it difficult to work with a wider vision and in a collaborative style. The conference was not able so far to put in action the decision taken in 2013 to start a Redemptorist presence in South Sudan for reasons both of the situation in the country, civil war, and of finding available conference for that challenging mission.
Les expériences de collaboration dans la formation surtout sont bien sûr antérieures à la création de la conférence. Mais cette structure donne à présent plus d'attention et de stabilité à des projets communs, des contrats entre les unités, des ratios formationnistes et des directoires sont en train d'être écrits. Dans la zone anglophone, par exemple, un noviciat commun a été établi à Nairobi pour les Zimbabwe, l'Afrique du Sud et les Kenyans. Les tentatives visant à établir un théologat commun parmi ces unités ont rencontré des obstacles, des progrès et aussi des reculs. Les noviciats et les théologats du Nigeria accueillent également les étudiants du Ghana dans la zone francophone et lusophone, disons franco-lusophone. Un noviciat commun a été établi à Fadangourma, au Burkina Faso, avec la participation des vice-provinces de l'Afrique de l'Ouest et de l'Angola. Des mesures ont été prises entre ces deux unités pour un théologat commun à Ouagadougou. Le théologat à Kinshasa a été aussi déclaré la maison commune des formations, mais à l'heure actuelle, il accueille seulement les étudiants de la RD Congo. Les noviciats de Madagascar accueillent ces dernières années les novices du Congo. Dans le domaine de la formation permanente, quelques-unes des réalisations communes de la Corem, le voici par exemple: formation des formateurs, les deux niveaux évidemment, le niveau 1 et le niveau 2, dans les deux zones francophones et anglophones, ont été organisés par le secrétariat général pour la formation. Un certain nombre de confrères ont suivi des cours sur la résolution des conflits et des consolidations de la paix, sur la gestion du cycle des projets et de gestion des écoles. Il y a eu aussi la formation des leaders dans la conférence, et là ils ont participé à un atelier sur la protection des mineurs, sur l'évangélisation intégrale et le leadership.
To this day, the church in Africa and Madagascar depends heavily on lay catechists and other lay ministers. Redemptorists share this creative dependence, and in some cases, the level of collaboration extends to many lay people who share our spirit and love our charism. Such lay supporters and participants in our mission are to be found in every unit. However, this lay collaboration is not structured in every unit. In many cases, it is a de facto reality without formal structures, but in some cases, there is a worked-out plan for lay collaboration. In the present sexennium, there was a flourishing of lay redemptorist associate groups in units like Angola, Afrique de l'Est, Nigeria, Madagascar, etc. What is particularly pressing is the question of formation of the lay apostle associates in our charism and tradition.
Coming together as a conference helped our units in Africa to grow in solidarity despite the difficulties to implement some common projects. Until now, formation is the area where solidarity is better developed among redemptorists. Solidarity with the poor is a long tradition of the redemptorists in Africa, Madagascar. In practically every unit, there are social ministry programs with projects relating to healthcare, water, orphan and vulnerable children, education, women development, rural leadership, etc. The Redemptorist Solidarity Office for Africa Madagascar made a great contribution in seeking funds for development projects, more than 3 million euro, and in helping train conference for better management and accountability for the projects. There were a few cases of mismanagement of funds that were addressed at the conference level. This experience has led the assembly of the conference to adopt some important decisions and procedures on finance, fund, management, and anti-fraud policies. Following the mandate of the 24th General Chapter, the General Government appointed a procurator, Father Jerry O'Connor, from the Dublin province to set up a fund for Africa and Madagascar. Many initiatives were taken to establish the fund. Some conferences and units in the congregation committed to help building the fund at various levels. To date, only a little over 300,000 euro has been raised. Two significant constraints were: one, the difficulty in persuading people to contribute unrestricted funds for a capital fund. Two, the fact that the founding target was not embraced as a priority by the whole congregation. The Solidarity Office, however, successfully sourced the funding for training a conference in the areas of finance, project, cycle management, school management, child safeguarding, and peace building. Important work has been completed in working to implement account systems in redemptorist units in Africa and Madagascar.
Working as a conference opened us to a broader view of the mission and awareness of new possibilities to respond to challenges. We hope that in the next sexennium, Corem will continue to explore ways to bring into existence the foundation in South Sudan and to refine the methods and instruments for closer collaboration in formation. Another critical issue to continue to reflect on is the way to increase the fund for Africa and Madagascar. For that, the contribution of the whole congregation is fundamental. In Corem, we still have to learn, firstly, how the priorities of the conference can impact the life and the ministry of units. Secondly, how to have a better follow-up of the discussions and decisions taken by the conference assembly. And thirdly, how to get the conference of our units more involved in matters of the conference. Another important challenge is to improve communication within Corem and to refine the structure of the conference to facilitate our meetings and work. Could we have two sub-conferences? What criteria could they follow? Language, geography? Can we dream around consolidating some units and have fewer but stronger units in Africa? Corem Resource and Coordination Center in Nairobi, as designed, will be a strong source for a more effective realization of the work of the conference. To do so, a great collaboration of the entire conference is essential. We hope that the present General Chapter clarifies the role and authority of the coordinator, an essential step to help These key figures developed their mission for the sake of the conferences and the whole congregation.